Rumors have started to make the rounds that Brie Larson is hated by the cast of her upcoming movie The Marvels. Now, if you feel like you have heard this story before, you are not wrong. The Marvels, that was originally set to release on July 28th, have been pushed back once more to November 10, 2023. With this latest delay, many have been speculating over exactly what the true nature of this setback is. Some reports have suggested that it is due to post-production work that is not done yet. Other reports have stated that it is due to bad test screenings. The latest set of rumors suggests that there could be some trouble on set between co-stars Brie Larson and Teyonah Parris. It is unclear how trouble between co-stars can lead to a delay. If rumors of reshoots are to be believed, then fighting between stars can make additional filming difficult. Otherwise, it could simply just affect promotional material. As stated, the original delay of The Marvels from July to November was due to post-production issues. At least it is the reason Marvel provided. In the name of not going full conspiracy, this reason can be completely valid. Obviously, Marvel is not just going to come out and say our movie sucks and that is why we delayed it, but post-production problems are still believable. Unlike the original Captain Marvel, for this film, Carol Danvers, Ms. Marvel, and Monica Rambeau will be sharing screen time. Disney stated that although filming for the movie wrapped up, it requires additional post-production time. This is a common practice within the film industry. Movies like The Marvels do need additional time for CGI and other special effects. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania recently had similar post-production struggles. Some reports also suggest that post-production issues are not the only worry for Marvel. It is no secret that Brie Larson is not very liked by certain portions of the superhero fanbase due to some past comments. It is suggested that Marvel head Kevin Feige is not happy with how test screenings have been going. Film companies like to do test screenings well in advance. This is to ensure that there is an opportunity for them to reshoot certain scenes. There is about a 10-month gap between the announcement of the delay and the November release of the movie. This provides the production with plenty of time to reshoot. With Marvel slowly on the decline, Kevin Feige has previously suggested that the studio needs to put a larger focus on quality. It is not hard to believe that a poor reception from the audience can lead to a delayed release of the movie. Although post-production issues and bad test screenings are all valid issues, there is another variable to consider: Brie Larson herself. Reports of Brie Larson not being liked on set have been rampant since the inception of the original Captain Marvel movie. During an interview with Chris Hemsworth promoting the Avengers Endgame, things got quite heated between the two co-stars. Brie Larson has always been very outspoken when it comes to women's issues. She has been vocal about sexism in the industry, and thus she has always been insistent on strong female leads. Thus it comes as no surprise that she immediately considered herself the new face of Marvel. This did, however, not set very well with the other actors who built up the universe. When asked about who the strongest Marvel hero was, Larson was quick to respond by stating, "There's no competition for me because I'm the strongest." In response, Hemsworth simply stated, "We'll let her think that." To this, Larson responded by saying, "It's not, as I've said before, it's not, it's just a fact, not a personal opinion. It's not a reflection of what you can't do, but it is kind of a reflection on all that you can't do." At this point, the conversation did still feel lighthearted. Brie Larson clapped back to Hemsworth with, "You're just not that strong." Hemsworth at this point seems to have hit a nerve when he said, "But you're really smart. Should we have a fight?" At this point, Larson was quite frustrated, saying, "I feel like we're fighting right now, like it's been an all-day thing." A similar disagreement happened between Jeremy Renner, who plays Hawkeye, and Brie Larson. During an interview that they had together, the actor seemed quite annoyed by Larson. As stated, the latest news coming from the set of The Marvels is not great. Rumors suggest that Brie Larson's diva-like behavior is making her difficult to work with. Terms like nightmare have been used to describe her. Although I find this easily believable, it is worth pointing out that none of this has been confirmed. On an episode of The Hot Mic, an insider said he'd heard that Brie Larson is not easy to work with. She has also reportedly been clashing with co-star Teyonah Parris. Once again, I find this to be completely believable. However, there are a few things that we should note. I want to point out that the term insider is being used very loosely here. We always have insiders claiming to have some sort of secret knowledge. Although I do not know the credibility of this person, usually it is nonsense. With that said, Brie Larson has proven herself to suffer from main character syndrome. She has previously described her role as Captain Marvel as her form of activism. Once again, in the spirit of not being completely unfair, maybe I can be somewhat charitable. She could just mean that there is a drive for more women-led movies. She is at the forefront of this push, and thus her leading role serves that purpose. However, considering how egotistical all these Hollywood stars are, it would not surprise me one bit if they think their multi-million-dollar jobs and lives of privilege were activism. The decline of Marvel is something that has been well documented. It is no secret that since the end of Phase 3, Marvel has been spiraling out of control, trying to regain their former glory. At the peak of their popularity, every film was a billion-dollar success. Now, anything turning over a profit is considered a success. Although superhero fans are still hopeful, many no longer feel the magic. Some argue that all of this is simply superhero fatigue. Others make the case that it is the new casting choices. The majority of fans just feel that the quality has dropped. Marvel will always have a massive fan base. Although you might oftentimes leave the theater disappointed, many still have an unbreakable connection to their favorite comic book hero. Some of these heroes have a long history dating all the way back to the 1950s. At this point, every generation has enjoyed its own version of Marvel. Although the last 15 years have been the best time to be a Marvel fan, that nostalgia is quickly deteriorating. At the end of the day, only time will tell how the Marvels will turn out. Is the Marvels a complete disaster or still work in progress? With the Marvels set to release on the 10th of November 2023, we will have to wait and see what this movie will look like.